said the life of an adventurer was dull. I'm starting to wish it might be a little less exciting from time to time. After the vision we all went through, we decided to head off north out of Riverbend in search of more clues as to the whereabouts and general activities of the warlock known as Grimdark. Though I wish we'd taken just a little bit more time to prepare. We were less than a full day's travel outside of the city when we were set upon during the night by another one of Grimdark's acolytes and his, well, let's call them associates. Now it seems that Grimdark has taken a rather strong dislike of paladins and clerics. We know this because during the fight, Athena and I were the primary targets for their aggression. Athena seemed to fare quite well, all things considered. I didn't. This situation could have been helped by the fact that, for some reason, the numpty Jeff decided that, rather than sleep in my armour, as has been my custom during my pilgrimage thus far, I like to be prepared in case I'm set upon during the night. Oh no, Jeff decided that I was going to strip down somewhat. Now, while my sleepwear is moderately comfortable, it does less well against things like cudgels and axes. So, I wasn't doing so well in the fight, but we did manage to overcome their forces. I wish we'd kept one alive for questioning, but this was not to be. In fact, the chief acolyte had his head lopped clean off by Thorgar the Destroyer, but not before he managed to get one last spell cast at me. A spell that would continue to build in power until eventually an explosion would erupt out of my body, causing not only harm to me, but to everyone within 30 feet, I think. It's a bit difficult to tell how far the fireball goes when you're at the centre of it. Regardless, after a brief moment of examining the nature of the spell, Alistair was able to tell me that it should be completely nullified were I to reach an altar of Lady Lumeria. Shouldn't have been a problem, because I was in the Riverbend Temple of Lumeria when I activated my portal stone. So it should have taken me straight there. Problem solved. Except for the fact that while we were sleeping and Stefan was on watch, he decided it would be incredibly amusing to switch our portal stones around. Now, if I'd been given Thorgar's stone, that could have ended badly, because he activated his in a brothel. Now, admittedly, it would have been out of hours, so the amount of damage caused to any patrons and stuff would have been minimal, but brothels tend to have a lot of alcohol and expensive silk hangings, both of which are quite flammable. But I didn't go to the brothel. If it had been swapped with Athena's stone, I would have ended up at the orphanage of St. Nebuchadnezzar. I don't even want to contemplate the damage that would have caused. As it turns out, my stone was swapped for Alistair's. I had never expected that wizard tomes and scrolls were flammable. I would have thought there was some sort of magical protection on them. I was wrong. I'm also not allowed back in the arcane library, or in fact any arcane library. And the books and scrolls were very expensive. I'm going to be paying that off for a very long time. Also, the streets between the library and the temple district are in need of some repair. The spell didn't go off just once. It keeps going off until I stop living. It's a very nasty spell. Eventually I did reach the temple, which is now a little bit scorched on the outside. That's another debt to pay. But I survived. No closer to learning anything about Grimdark or what his thing is. But at least we know the portal stones work. So that's one less thing to worry about.